In this video, we'll be talking about what needs to be completed for October 7th in math class. So once you follow the link from Schoology, the first thing that you're going to want to do is open up this Making Similar Shapes. So that's going to be the second Google Classroom document from the top. Now, once you open this file, you're going to notice that instead of a Google document, we're going to have a Google Sheet activity. And you'll see that there are about 7 to 8 slides, and they all look very similar to one another, and these all have to do with scale factor. So what you'll need to do is you're going to have to draw a new shape with a scale factor of 2. That means that everything is twice the size. And just so you guys know, if you want to create shapes, they're right here. Here are rectangles. And then triangles can be found over here based on what type of triangle you need. Some of these you might have to look for. You want to make a new triangle, or I'm sorry, new rectangle. So again, that can be done over here. So I can create them like that. However big or small they have to be. I don't care about the color. If they stay gray, that's okay. All right. I want you to explain here. You can actually type in this side portion, how did you know how long and how wide to make your new rectangle, and explain. So you actually have to have a full sentence explanation here. And then you're going to input the length and the width of your new rectangle in this case. So if the new width is 20 centimeters, you have to put that here. If the length is 15 centimeters, then you put that here. Now I'm going to show you an example of how to go through this, and I'm not going to do it here because I'd like you to try these on your own. So we're going to be looking at the Smart Notebook file, and the first thing we're going to start out looking at is this triangle. Now we want to make sure that it's increasing by a scale factor of 2. Now the first thing I need to do before I draw any type of triangle is I need to find out how is this scale factor affecting my height and the base of this triangle. So for this particular figure, it's actually pretty simple. For the base of the figure, I'm going to multiply 7 times 2, and that gives me 14 units. And for the height of the triangle, I have a height originally of 4. I'm going to multiply that by 2, and that gives me 12. I'm sorry, not 12, 8. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to construct a new triangle based off of these new figures. So I'm going to use these lines in here. Remember, inside of the Google Doc, you're going to have all the shapes right here. But for the sake of Smart Notebook, I'll just create these over here. I'll make them red lines. So I know that the height of this shape has to be 8 units. So I'm going to make that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I need to make the width of this 14 units. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And I'm going to connect these points, and I can double check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14 is this last piece right here. So I've created my scale, my new triangle with an increased scale factor of 2. And I know that the dimensions, the base right here, it's 14 units. And the height is 8 units. You'll notice here that I'm not explaining anything, because I would like you to explain how you discovered your new shape inside of your Google document. Now, you'll also notice that inside of this Google document, there are scale factors of 1/2. There's another one of 1/3. There are some mixed numbers, so you will have to multiply those during this activity. And I'm going to show you an example of how to multiply by a scale factor less than 1. So here we have a rectangle with a length of 3 units and a width of 12. So all I have to do is we're going to find our length first. We have 1/3 times 3. And I know 3 is just a fraction, so I'll put that over 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. And if I simplify that, I just get 1. And then also we have 1/3 times 12. I can just put that over 1. 1/3 times 12 is going to give me 12 over 3, which just gives me 4. So I have 1 unit and 4 units. So my length is going to be 1 unit, and my width will be 4 units. And if I want to create a shape, again, you're going to do this inside of the Google slide. So I need to make sure that I have a length of 1 and a width of 4. So right here, this would be my new shape. Now you're going to finish all of these slides and do as best as you can to finish all of them. Remember, once you are done, you're going to want to submit these documents into Google Classroom, so you need to make sure that yours actually says that you're done. If you do finish early, we do have this other document that we'll be working on Thursday. And if you open up this document, it's a regular Google Doc. And what you'll have to do for this is the first thing you're going to be asked is to name a pair of similar rectangles. Now you should know from our previous classes what a similar rectangle is. So down here you'll have to put maybe rectangle A and B are similar. And you need to make sure that those are actually similar. All right. You need to explain how you know these rectangles are similar to one another. So I'm expecting full sentences here. You'll need to find the perimeter and the area of both of these rectangles. So for example, if you said that rectangle A and rectangle B were similar, here you're going to put the perimeter for A and the perimeter for B. Here you put the area for A, and here you put the area for B. There are a couple questions about the area and perimeter of both of these rectangles. So you'll notice here, explain how the perimeter changed, use full sentences. So tell me, did it get bigger? By how much did it get bigger? Try to be as detailed as you can. Over here, it'll say how to explain how the perimeter changed in numbers. Think of a multiplying rule. So is it 20 times as big? Explain how many times bigger is it now. Try to be specific as possible. And you'll notice similar questions about the area. Now, you'll have to name more than one similar pair of rectangles. So you're going to repeat the same process with a different pair of similar rectangles for part 2. And another similar pair for part 3. Now, at the end, you're going to summarize what you learned. So what does it mean for two shapes to be similar? What kind of scale factor makes a shape larger? What kind of scale factor makes a shape smaller? And lastly, you'll explain how to find a scale factor from a figure to a similar figure. If you have any questions, you can always message me on Schoology. Please remember, you can always message me here by typing in my name in the new message. So if you need to find me, type in Alan. I should be right here, the third person down. If you have any questions, just message me.